Episode 2. Recap. The recap of Episode 2 of Serendipity's Embrace, i.e. Is It Fate, starts with Hongju waking up after her drunken misadventures from the night before. She recalls getting drunk at Director Kim's party and remembers going to Sang-pil's restaurant, upset with Junho for showing up in her life all of a sudden. Present-day Hongju is embarrassed when she recalls her interaction with Hu Yong. Hye-ji shows up at her place to bribe Hongju with food to learn what she was up to the night before. At the same time, Hu Yong has breakfast with his uncle, and the latter asks about Hu Yong's meeting with his first love. CEO Bayek suggests they should invite their upstairs neighbor, who is none other than Hongju, over for breakfast. Hu Yong startles his uncle when he refuses but does not explain his reaction. Hye-ji is fuming when she learns that Junho has returned to South Korea after abandoning Hongju. She gets upset at his audacity for showing up in front of Hongju after what he did. Hongju tells her best friend that she played it cool in front of Junho. The two decide to mull over their respective first loves by eating pastries. Hongju asks if Hye-ji has gotten a chance to talk to Hu Yong. Hye-ji calls Hu Yong handsome, but Hongju disagrees. A flashback shows young Hye-ji crying about how Hu Yong hadn't responded to the 10 love letters she had given him using Hongju's help. When Hu Yong does not respond to any of the letters, Hongju suggests that Hye-ji should write him a public letter. One day, Hu Yong finds a love confession written by H.J. on the chalkboard of his classroom. Hu Yong's classmates, including Sang-pil, tease him about it, but Hu Yong just wipes the note without any reaction. The episode moves back to the present day, as Hongju tells Hye-ji how rude it was of Hu Yong to never respond to her. Hye-ji claims that it was fate that she was fluent in English now that Hu Yong had shown up in their lives. She adds that she was fated to move to the U.S. with Hu Yong and gets excited. At the same time, Hu Yong convinces CEO Bayek to call Hongju and ask her to hang out with him the following day. CEO Bayek calls Hongju and tells her that she needs to take care of the kid who is traveling from the USA. Hongju assumes that CEO Bayek is talking about his niece and agrees. CEO Bayek asks Hongju to bring Hye-ji along, assuming that Hye-ji is the girl Hu Yong has feelings for. The next day, Hongju shows up at CEO Bayek's house, expecting a little kid, but is shocked to see Hu Yong there. Hongju agrees to entertain Hu Yong for the day and takes her to the amusement park when Hye-ji does not answer her call. Meanwhile, Hye-ji tries to spend the holiday getting a massage, but gets dragged on a trekking trip with her dad and his friends. At the amusement park, Hongju drags Hu Yong on various rides and notices how Hu Yong is smiling a lot more than he used to when they were in high school. Hongju tries to call and text Hye-ji, but Hye-ji gets distracted when Mr. No, a 20-something trekker, saves her from tripping. Hye-ji shares a moment with Mr. No, but then follows after her dad when he calls out to her. CEO Bayek texts Hu Yong and asks him if he is enjoying his day out with his first love, Hye-ji. Hu Yong ignores the text and gets dragged into eating spicy ramen. He challenges Hongju, assuming she has low spice tolerance. To Hu Yong's surprise, Hongju wins the contest and he agrees to do anything she wishes for. As per the dare, Hongju convinces Hu Yong to dress up in hanboks, and the two take photos of each other throughout the rest of the evening. As the two head out to go back home, it starts raining. In the car, Hongju looks at the pictures they had taken and asks Hu Yong to visit South Korea often, as it was fun catching up with him. Hu Yong decides to spend more time with Hongju and takes her to the Han River, hoping to eat some fried chicken as they watch the night lights. Due to the rain, Hu Yong and Hongju watch the Han River from inside the car with no chicken stall in sight. On the other hand, Junho shows up to meet her cousin, Hye-ji's parents. At her parents' house, Hye-ji confronts Junho for messing with Hongju's feelings. In the car, Hu Yong and Hongju chat when Hongju accidentally rolls down the window, causing the rainwater to get inside the car. Hu-yong tries to roll Hongju's window up, and the two share a moment. Hu-yong gets close as if to kiss her, but Hongju asks him to go back to his seat and drop her back home. On the drive back, Hongju and Hu-yong keep glancing at each other. Once they arrive outside CEO Baek's house, Hu-yong grabs Hongju's arm to shelter her from the rain. Hongju gets awkward and borrows an umbrella to go home. Hu-yong asks her to hang out with him for fried chicken soon. Hongju agrees, but goes back home, wondering how the vibe between her and Hu-yong has suddenly changed. Another flashback from high school shows Hongju scolding Hu-yong and threatening to kick him for ignoring Heji's love letters. Hu-yong tells Hongju that not responding to her letters is his way of rejecting her feelings. The entire school learns about the incident, and Sang-pil teases Hu-yong. He wonders why Hu-yong hadn't rejected Hyeji already. Sang-pil asks Hu-yong if he likes interacting with Hongju whenever she gives him Hyeji's letters. Hu-yong thinks about all the times Hongju chased after him to give him the letters from Hyeji. One day, Hu-yong is in the library when he finds Hongju napping. He saves her from dozing off and hitting her head on the table. Hu-yong reads the book request letter Hongju was writing. He edits it so that the school library would buy the book that Hongju wanted to read. The episode moves back to the present night as Hu-yong thinks of ways to get Hongju to hang out with him. The next day, Hongju gets to work as usual and is called to her boss's cabin. Hongju's boss tells her that she will be working with a writer for their company's new animation project. She finds herself looking at Jun-ho, who is the author of the novel she will be working with for her project. A flashback from 3 years ago shows Jun-ho abandoning Hongju without telling her where he was going. She chases after him at the airport, but does not get a response from him. Present-day Hongju, who is still hurt by the incident, refuses to offer any help to Jun-ho and agrees to produce the animation project on her own. Meanwhile, at the Rock Asset headquarters, Hu-yong tells CEO Baek that he is not going to take his flight back to the USA and is extending his stay for another week. CEO Baek wonders if Hu-yong is staying back for his first love, and the two take a walk around the street. Meanwhile, Hongju chats with Jun-ho at a nearby cafe after their meeting with her boss ends. Jun-ho tells Hongju that he is back for her and clarifies that he abruptly left the country to research for his new novel. Hongju tells Jun-ho that it does not matter why he is back because they are no longer together. Jun-ho argues that weren't officially broken up, which means that they were still together. At the same time, Hu-yong spots Hongju in the cafe with Jun-ho. CEO Baek tells him that the guy is Hongju's ex-boyfriend who broke her heart. Hongju leaves the cafe and Jun-ho follows after her as they run into CEO Baek and Hu-yong. Jun-ho tries to grab her hand, to coax her into talking to him, but she pulls it away. Hu-yong intervenes in the conversation and grabs Hongju's hand, pretending to be her boyfriend. Hongju uses the opportunity and walks away hand in hand with Hu-yong. The episode ends with an epilogue where a younger Hu-yong consoles Hongju with ramen when she is sad about Jun-ho's military enlistment. Now that we are done with the recap of Episode 1 of Serendipity's Embrace, let's head on to the review. The episode review, Hugh. This episode was long, but it was full of so many cute moments. Well, we know why this show is called Serendipity's Embrace, because there are so many coincidences that bring Hu-yong and Hongju together. Moments where Hu-yong is acting all cool around Hongju only for him to smile when she is not looking are the most heart-fluttering ones in this show so far. I love the chemistry these two have together, and I pray that Hongju's romance with Hu-yong won't hamper her friendship with Heji. The way Heji stood up for Hongju in front of her cousin, Jun-ho, is heartwarming. Meanwhile, there is nothing Jun-ho can do to redeem himself after how he left Hongju at the airport. The man has some guts to leave the country without telling his girlfriend that he is moving abroad to work on his new novel. I find the flashback moments between Hu-yong and Hongju very endearing. I am hoping for this show to give us a happy ending because it will be terrible to see Hu-yong leave to go back to the USA with his heart broken.